So it may seem that the hype reselling market was a lot more hyped several months ago than it is today. And that leaves many to question, is hype reselling dead? If you want to save time and finish the video right here, I will say that it is not dead. But if you do wish to continue to find out an explanation behind my answer, stay tuned and finish this video. And if you do decide to, make sure you drop a like below and subscribe, because that tells me that these videos are worth making, worth my time, worth your time, and so I'll produce more. During the COVID-19 lockdowns, reselling picked up a lot of attention. Since this is mainly an online business, a lot of people were stuck at home, and of course, they would be going online a lot more often, and this is what they'd be exposed to online. Most resellers not only buy shoes to flip, but also for personal use. And as a result, prices for many sneakers went up in value. And that's because money was saved, a lot of it. And people were buying more personal items because they weren't going out clubbing, they weren't going out for dinners, they weren't going out for holidays, and even not going to monthly clubs like sports or gyms. Plus, most people managed to remain paid while getting support from the government. But as a result, people had a lot more money than usual. So, of course, this money went towards sneakers, investing, and that drove a lot of investment markets up. And meanwhile, resellers could quickly flip their shoes easily due to the high demand. Plus, in addition to this, during COVID, I personally picked up a few pair of kicks for myself, but I didn't get the chance to enjoy them during lockdown, and only now I can start wearing them out. And as a result, I feel like I really don't need a new pair of sneakers for a while. And this is also the case for many other people. So a lot of people managed to pick up a few personal pairs during COVID, and only now they get to enjoy them. So there's less demand for sneakers as people don't feel like they need them. And as a result, it's taken a little bit longer to sell, and prices are dipping as some sellers are panicking and selling for the low. But now everything has opened up and money is being spent elsewhere. And what's more is that alternative investments have started popping up, such as NFTs, crypto, also PlayStation, swimming pools, a lot of random things. And this has shifted away the attention from hype reselling or hyped items. And now what we see in the sneaker market is that prices are moving sideways rather than straight up like we were used to. So this doesn't mean that it's a bubble. The market is not in a bubble, because otherwise it would have been an unsustainable growth and the bubble would have burst and prices would have dipped. But instead we just see many grails specifically just holding their value. So you should see this more as a correction, which is normal in any investment market, rather than a bubble or death of the market. With this, StockX has also grown in popularity and more amateurs have joined the market. This means that anyone could cop a pair of sneakers, hit the sell now button, and in theory undercut all the sellers and still make a profit. And due to this sell now issue, this is why a lot of new releases are dipping on release day or just staying stagnant, because no one is putting an ask, which would usually cause prices to rise. So while the market is highly influenced by resellers, there is also Nike, Yeezy, Adidas, etc. who have a big role to play. They've successfully marketed more general release pairs or GR pairs, and we see more brick sneakers reselling too, such as Jordan 1 Mid. And with such high stock and low retail, this appeals to the masses and the mainstream, which might not be able to tell the difference between a mid and a high pair. So these are much easier to cop and a result easier to sell, and the mainstream is not going to buy a pair of highs for double the price. They'd rather save money and get a pair of mids. And that's where you see a lot of personal demand shift away, simply because some mids can even be 10 times cheaper than a pair of highs. And as long as Nike is making sales, that's what they'll focus on, and they'll keep pumping out more mids until the demand dies down for them. I've also noticed that Nike generally releases more sneakers. So we've had a countless amount of light blue sneakers, such as the UNC Jordan 1 Lows, the Jordan 4 UNCs, the Jordan 1 Uni Blues, lots of blue pairs. And while the supply for a particular model hasn't increased, the supply for the style has increased, and the higher the supply, the lower prices go. And if we have a market that demands just a blue pair of sneakers and they're not too bothered about what model it is, as long as it's cheaper, people are going to go for that. And as a result, we have lots of people undercutting their models. Since a lot of the demand is from mainstream buyers, they're not too bothered about Jordan 4s or Jordan 1s or which shoe is the most hyped. So as a result, that's why prices haven't jumped like usually for certain pairs. But that's not a bad thing. It will just mean that it will take a little bit longer to rise and you have to be a little bit more patient. So in conclusion, there are many reasons why the hype reselling market is in a bit of a decline. But like any market, you should see this as a correction rather than the death of the market. This is perfectly normal to happen, and it's actually pretty good because it's a good time to let prices cool off. It'd be unsustainable if it just kept going up, and up, just like the housing market in 2008. So a small correction allows the sneakers to cool down and get ready for the next big jump. And there are lots of upcoming things that could trigger a huge jump in the sneaker market again, such as all this new blockchain technology, NFTs for sneakers, a new artist for a collaboration, many things. So hype reselling is not dead. It's rather not as the peak as it was earlier or what we were used to, and it's only a matter of time before it starts picking up again. If you want to learn how to start reselling, I have a free mini course just down in the description below, and there's no payment needed, no credit card, no PayPal. It's purely free, no sales, link below, and this is just pure free value for you. I made this as a goal to help beginner resellers get an easy head start, because I know how overwhelming it can be to start. But if you enjoyed this video and it gave you a bit more clarity over what's happening in the hype reselling market, make sure you drop a like, subscribe, and comment down below, and then I'll see that these videos are worth making, and I'll continue to make more of them. Thank you for watching and have a great day.